Hey guys, morning. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I am doing this live from the Denver airport. Ended up getting my first flight canceled, but on my way to Oklahoma. So anybody from Oklahoma, hey, I'm on my way there. And today it's Tactical Tuesday. What is it? The 18th, April 18th. And Tuesday, obviously. Anyway, pre-framing. I'm going to be talking a little bit about pre-framing, step 8 in the sales process. It's F&I, and everybody's been dealing with pre-framing, but what in the hell is pre-framing? It's got something to do with everything that you've been doing during your sales process. This is actually the F&I step of the process. Step 8, you've progressed all the way to step 8. Now your customer's approved, or they're going to stroke a check for whatever they're buying. They're going to sign papers with the F&I manager, and they're done. You sold them. The entire time you've been helping this customer, you've been pre-framing them for the next step, whether you've got 8 steps or 10 steps in your process. You've been pre-framing them. It started the minute they walked in the front door or the minute you greeted them. No matter where that was, the pre-frame is when you set your customer up for a certain expectation. By the way, I still don't, you know what's crazy here? Facebook just said on here, new, put on a mask to give yourself a fun look. Tap the magic wand to try one on. What the hell, Facebook? Anyway, I still don't have much of a voice. I'm getting better. It's been over a week now that I've been sick. Been to the doctor. I'm not contagious, but I still am not myself, not loud, a little low on energy. So how do I make this visible to you? Here we go. We've all been in a thrift store, right? If you haven't, then go in one. There's good ones, there's bad ones, but they're all full of used stuff. They don't smell great. The lighting is never good. I mean, they just don't have nice bulbs. And I'm sure they get donated bulbs from businesses that upgrade to LEDs, like some of the stores out there, some of the dealerships, a lot of them are upgrading their bulbs to conserve energies. I'm pretty sure that the thrift stores are not conserving energies. So I go into a thrift store probably once a month or so. I like them. They get some cool things once in a while, and you might be wondering how I know this. And I tell you because I donate cool things to them, but I also find some cool things in them. A big one in my state is called the Idaho Youth Ranch. Freaking huge. They do a ton of good, and they help troubled kids. They take care of the kids. They don't take them and give them things, but they put them on ranches, take care of them like their parents should have done. Help them get confident skills and learn how to become good people. They take a chance on these kids, and I think the highest paid person at the ranch is probably the CEO, of course, and that person makes around $100,000 a year. For the amount of money that they have coming in for donations, that's not much. So I think I was going to tell you why I really like it, besides for the good they do. But they take cars and boats in as donations. They're one of the few thrift stores with a used car lot. But it's not all turds that they're taking in. You've got, I got to check on my flight here. We're going to board here in a minute. You've got to keep an eye on this place, because one time they got an old 60-something Chris Craft looking boat in. It wasn't a real Chris Craft, but this thing was badass. It was fully restored, was gorgeous. I didn't buy it, but after I spotted that thing, I was hooked. Now back to the pre-frame and F&I. Step 8 is F&I. And what are people expecting when they get to F&I? What's this got to do with the thrift store? What kind of service are you really expecting when you go into a thrift store? Some of them have volunteers. Others have volunteers and jailbirds. You know, people doing community service work. There's usually a few paid workers, and then the jailbirds working off time. Now, what kind of service do you expect? Not the best, and typically you get what you expect. Now, turn around and walk into the average Macy's out there. It's definitely going to smell better smell better. It's going to be clean, and many are going to have helpful people. What are your expectations in the Macy's? Now, I'm not saying that you'll get better service in the Macy's, but I'm talking about the pre-frame. The pre-frame is the initial look. I could talk about a ton of stuff, but the pre-frame, I want to point out the professionalism of the store. The look, is it clean? How's your desk? What about your trash can? We go into some of these dealerships and they're just hammered in there, like nobody's cleaned the windows, nobody dusts the bikes, but the most difficult thing to understand is the desk. When Ryan Nichols over at Stillwater Powersports calls it trash can Jenga. where the salesperson sitting right there, and I can't believe they will sit in this filth, near this filth. Look down at your trash can. Is it stacked to the top? Is it about there? Empty that sucker every day. That's the pre-frame. Your customer's going to walk in there. They look around. They go, wow, this place is a dump. Or look at that salesperson's desk. What do they expect out of you? They're not expecting much out of you. So you wonder why they just want a discount. They're asking you for a discount, and that's all you know how to do. It's partly because of the pre-frame. Because your place might look like a pigsty. Now, what's this got to do with F&I? Now, first of all, does your desk look like crap? You've been pre-framing your F&I person this entire time. In other words, you've been setting your F&I person up for success or failure during the entire sales process by, oh, they're boarding my plane. I got to go here in a minute. Yeah, you've been setting your F&I person up for the entire time during the sales process with your pre-frame. What does your customer think of you? Then, have you completed the paperwork correctly? Make this go as smoothly as possible. T's crossed, I's dotted, copy a driver's license, copy a second form of ID. Oh, the other thing with the pre-frame. Do you have other people's confidential information sitting on your desk? Is it sitting there out in the open? If it is, you can't do that. That's a federal problem right there. But you're setting your F&I person up for success or failure at this point. Look at your place. What's it like? Now, if your F&I person, if they've got the same place, maybe the owner just needs to clean house or bring in Molly maids, something like that. Hey, I wish I could do this longer, but they are boarding my plane. They keep calling. I got to go get on it. I can't miss this one. I'm already 2 hours behind. So, hey, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you again soon. Talk to you guys later.